Welcome. We have got here a pressure differential switch. So this thing really is the only bit, apart from the master cylinder and the front calipers, that separates the primary and the secondary circuits on a Range Rover, but separates the front and the rear brakes on a Stag. So fairly commonplace bit of kit actually, and they're not that difficult to fix. So on a Range Rover, this mounts onto the inner wing, and we have the master cylinder goes into the top two ports, and the right hand brakes come out the bottom ports, and the rear brakes come out the back port. So this chamber here, which is a T-piece that goes right the way through the middle and out the end here, that represents the primary circuit, and this one here that only goes to the front brakes represents the secondary circuit. Okay, so undo the bloody great big bolt on the end there, which is the bolt for the rear brakes, and you'll see that inside there's a hole, and in that hole is a shuttle. Now the idea of the shuttle is it sits centrally, okay, and there should be an electrical switch in there with a probe, okay, that does not want to be touching the grooves on the side there. And the idea is that if you lose pressure on one side of the circuit or the other, then the shuttle will move, okay. Complete the circuit and light the warning light on the dashboard. Now this one was leaking through this hole here. You shouldn't have any brake fluid in this area here, and it was leaking, I'm guessing because these seals are shagged out. And I have just bought myself a seal repair kit, seal repair kit, which came from SOC Spares, I think this one came from, because like I say, the same unit was used on Stags, Range Rovers, and a lot of other British cars probably that have got the dual circuit brakes on them. If it's got dual circuit brakes, then it will be using this. Now what I will need to do here first and foremost is just check this thing is clean. I've run some brake cleaner through it just to make sure there's no gubbins in there, and I think that's alright actually. That's just grubby in there. I managed to slice the end of my finger off yesterday using a reciprocating saw. We won't go into that. It's part of the world of me hurting myself. Okay, right, so in the kits, let's open this up. I've not been in one of these before. I've bought one from other places in the past. There's actually got some instructions in here as well. What instructions does he put in here? Because I've got a whole load of seals. And that's more than one kit there, by the way. I tend to buy these things in a small number. So we've got here SOC Spares, British car parts specialist. These guys advertise on eBay as well. In order to service both the new and the original design of the pressure differential pistons, the repair kit consists of 4 O-ring type rubbers. Okay, so I've got the piston types and new designs. So there's a number of different piston types here. The new design pistons have a dimple machined into one end and are serviced by the smaller O-rings. Right, well this has not got the dimple at the end. The original pistons with the flat ends are used with the larger pair of O-ring seals. Before final assembly, lubricate the bore and pistons and O-ring seals with new brake fluid. There you go. Right, so what have we got in here? Let's so we've got 2 different sizes of O-ring in here. And like I said, I've got 4 kits here. I want one of those. Hands are frozen. And then it looks like I've got that size of O-ring, that size of O-ring. Well, I need 2 of those, don't I? 2 of the larger size of the O-ring, I'm guessing. What we can do, if we're in any way unsure about this, we take one of the old O-rings off. Try not to hurt myself any more than I have done in the last day. Right, there's the old O-rings. We're taking the old ones off. It's actually just easy just to slice through them. be honest, that looks like that one, doesn't it? No, that's too small. That is too small. And that's that size there. So it's that one. It is the larger of the two there. So I'll put those ones on there. Let me just, again, slice this chappy off here. Now, the only reason I knew that this thing had a fault was because the switch was out as I was bleeding the brakes, and fluid was coming out of the switch hole. So it shouldn't be doing that, and so therefore it came off to be serviced. There's the other seal. Ooh. Okay, let's put these new seals on. Just roll them up and over the there we go, on and on. It's easier than falling down the stairs, isn't it? Now what I need is another bag really to put this lot back into, because that is not a resealable bag. When suppliers send me things in these resealable bags, I tend to keep the resealable bag rather than throwing it in the sea to kill a dolphin or whatever. So this lot can go back in here. There we go. And that. And I'll fold it that way round so I know that it's brake parts. There we go. Right, let's put this back together now. So a bit of brake fluid. Push the piston back in there. Let me go and get some brake fluid. Pop this chappy back in. So what I'm going to do first and foremost, clean at the pliers, hold the end of the shuttle, dunk the shuttle in brake fluid, drop the shuttle into the housing and literally just push it home. It should push relatively easy into the housing, but obviously it's got two O-rings that needs to go past. And then the shuttle is in. Does it need to go further? Yes, there we are, it's in. Right, so I pushed it all the way in, and it's level with the inside of the housing there. And then I'll replace the copper washer. See, I've had to put my glove on there because it's cold and it's actually hurting my injured finger. Because I am a buffoon. Right, I need to get that chappy off there, that pardon me, copper washer off there. And then I can put the new copper washer on, and we can fit this on the car. How are we going to get this bastard off? I think what we'll do, go over here into the vise, save me slicing my bloody fingers off, and we'll see if I can't just get a blade in behind the copper washer. There we are. Worked beautifully. How about that? I didn't have to slice my fingers either. Old copper washer. Clank, 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 clank. New copper washer. Clank, 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 clank. And that then go straight back in there. I don't know what the torque setting is for it. I'm going to go for tight. Tight, but not too tight. Let's just pop a bit of cardboard there, that'll do it. If you haven't got soft jaw vise, just put cardboard or anything in there that you want in there, like that. Just protects things. And then I want to get a nice big spanner, not this one, onto that. Well, that's in, I reckon. I don't think it's going to go any further. That's it. Right, let's fit it onto the car now. There we go. Beautiful, huh? Just fucking beautiful.